On Global TV News Express, police arrest 141, rescues to Abia crackdown. As federal government announces another 2.8 billion naira Google support to advance Skill 95. In sports, Real Madrid match against Valencia postponed due to deadly floods. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Express Global Television. Coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Anthony Momodu. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nikonsat. The Abia State Police Command has arrested 141 suspects for various crimes and rescued 23 people, including 5 adopted children, since Commissioner of Police Danladi Issa assumed office on September 18, 2024. While speaking at a press briefing, the command's public relations officer, ASP Maureen Chinaka, provided a breakdown of the arrest, noting that among the 141 suspects were 110 males and 31 females. Chinaka disclosed that the police recovered several weapons and vehicles and other items during their operations, including 5 locally made single-barrel shotguns, 4 double-barrel shotguns, 2 long guns, a pistol, 5 live cartridges, 1 spent cartridge, a vehicle, an auto rickshaw, and 2 motorcycles and 2 bicycles. 10 persons have been killed while 7 others are injured in a building collapse in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. A statement from the Oyo State Fire Service Agency disclosed that the incident happened at 2 a.m. in Jegeda Oloyo area, Ibadan, on Ona Ara local government area of the state. The statement added that while 10 persons have been recovered from the debris, 7 other persons were rescued alive, adding that rescue efforts are reported to be ongoing as of the time of filing in this report. 5 people have been reportedly killed and died under questionable circumstances at the Afasio community, Uzeru Esako West local government area of Edo State. The incident allegedly occurred last week when 5 individuals, including 4 boys and a girl, were found dead in a room. Reports gathered say the bodies were discovered by a family member whom, after noticing they had not come out of the room, decided to check on them and found them lifeless. Further reports indicate that 2 of the victims were brothers, while the remaining 3, including the female, were friends. The campaign tour of Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa ahead of the November 16 governorship election in Ondo State hit Ile Eluiji Oke Igbo local government area, with the governor engaging the stakeholders of major communities and addressing crowds of supporters. Kikelomo Okere has the details.
At Ile Oluji, the Jegun Oluekun of Ile Oluji, Oba Olufaderin Adetimehin commended the governor for his remarkable achievements across all sectors in the state and pledged the unwavering support of the people in the council area. The monarch also highlighted the major challenges of the community, which include shortage of electricity supply and illegal mining activities. Addressing the community concern, Governor Ayedatiwa assures the gathering that his administration is actively tackling illegal mining, adding that his government will address other issues as they arise within the limits of available resources.
Here in the palace of Jegun of Iloluji, His Imperial Majesty Oba Olufaderin Adetimehin, he has spoken once again, and that is the same thing he said before the primary election, that the entire Ileoluji citizens are going to support APC. And he has repeated same today, that.
At Okeigbo, the regent of the community, Princess Olushola Olufunke Babajide, who presented the community's need, praised Governor Aiyedatiwa for his leadership style within the short period since he assumed office and commended him for appointing indigenes of the area into his administration.
Upgrading of our comprehensive health center in the town for a full-fledged general hospital. The status of the health center deserves this. The electricity project from Okeigbo to Igbogo Dumari and Alariri has long been abandoned for the reasons best known to the contraction handling it.
Responding, Governor Aiyedatiwa reiterated his commitment to infrastructure development of Okeigbo and all parts of Ondo State.
Some of the villages where they were actually crying for water. I want to tell you, we sunk 2 boreholes within a month in those villages, because I know water is very important, and this will continue to do. It's part of our cardinal projects that we have to embark upon to provide water for our people. Not just borehole water, even pipe-borne water that will start from Akure, and by next year, water will be running, pipe-borne water will be running in Akure and Zembaro.
At Bamikemo, the headquarters of Ile-Oluji West Local Government Development Area, Isaac Iluyomade Abiola, the Akemo of Bamikemo land, spoke on behalf of the traditional rulers in the area, thanking the governor for the creation of the local council development area. During the tour, former commissioner for finance Wale Akinterinwa canvassed support for the people of the council area for Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa.
We will do all within our powers legally to ensure that we mobilize the people and we encourage them to vote and ensure that their votes count.
Honorable Festus Adefiraye, the member representing Ile-Oluji, Okeigbo, Ojigbo Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives, commended Governor Aiyedatiwa for his outstanding performance since assuming office. The federal lawmaker assured the governor that the constituency remains firmly aligned with his election bid, expressing confidence that the APC will secure a decisive victory in the coming gubernatorial election. From Akure, Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
The Nigerian Immigration Service has announced the launch of a phased contactless passport renewal system set to begin in Canada on November 1st, 2024. The NIS shared the announcement through a video posted on its official X account, stating that the service, following the rollout in Canada, will expand to the United Kingdom, United States, and Italy on November 15, and by December 1st, it will be available in Nigeria and other global locations. This new system, according to the NIS, will allow Nigerians to renew their passport online, greatly reducing the need for in-person visits to NIS offices. In a bid to align the priority of its citizens with its proposed appropriation bill, the Zamfara state government has organized a town hall meeting to collect inputs from stakeholders that will help design the 2025 budget estimate based on the needs of the citizens. Queen Agaba has details.
The state deputy governor, Mani Momuni, says the idea of the citizens' budget is aimed at improving accountability, transparency, and openness in governance, and to address the identified needs of the citizens. The deputy governor therefore called on traditional rulers to conduct similar town hall meetings at their domain to harness the needs of the people and forward the resolution to the Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning.
You may recall that during the preparation of the 2024 budget, government collected such input for you, especially your royal highnesses and civil society organizations. Looking into the budget, most of the projects you nominated were well captured. Similarly, this administration has implemented A number of such projects and many others are undergoing procurement process at the moment, as highlighted earlier by the Honorable Commissioner of Budget and Planning in his opening remarks.
Commissioner for Budget, Zamfara State, Abdul Malik Gajam, says the town hall meeting is aimed on planning and preparation for the 2025 appropriation bill to enable stakeholders make their input so that it could design citizen-centered budget which will capture the needs of the people.
Number one, His Excellency in that bill reduced government spending. Before the era of Dr. Dawda Lawal, the recurrent expenditure of the state was relatively close to higher than the capital expenditure. And in every economic or financial books, when liability are higher than investment in capital expenditure, then we are going towards a road that will crash the vehicle. What he did, he reduced government agencies from 28 ministries to 16 ministries. From agencies and directorate almost 100, reduced them to less than 50.
The representative of the United Nations Children Education Fund, UNICEF, Cotonou Field Office, Issa Maru, says there is a need to increase budgetary allocation for health, recruit qualified health personnel and teachers to provide quality services in the sector.
Very grateful to the government of Zamfara State, particularly the priority put in place to the social sector, where health, education are given priority. However, we would like to appeal to the government to consider increase of the allocation to the health sector and education. The current budget allocation percentage to the health sector is very, very low. Only 77% of the total budget was allocated to the health sector. And this is below the Abuja Declaration 2001, where all the states committed to allocate 15% of the total state budget to the health sector.
The chairman, Zamfara State Council of Chiefs, who is also the Emir of Anka, Atairu Ahmed, suggested the introduction of fault tax to checkmate the activities of bandits. He says the idea will help the government identify criminals and responsible people in town and communities. Sharon Ajay, reporting for Global TV News.
The Nigerian Governors Forum has expressed empathy for Nigerians, acknowledging the severe economic challenges in the country, while voicing optimism that President Bola Tinubu's reforms will soon yield positive results. Imo State Governor and Chairman of the Progressive Governors Forum, Senator Hope Uzodinma, disclosed this while reading the communique issued at the end of the forum's meeting. Sharon Ajay has the details.
The chairman of the Progressives Governors Forum and the Imo State Governor, Hope Uzodinma, outlined the governor's position during a media briefing following the NGF meeting in Abuja. Some of the updates include the National Crude and Condensate Production Profile, the Production War Room Initiative, and ongoing security efforts to combat illegal connections and vandalism. He noted that governors acknowledge the importance of securing the nation's energy resources and improving the efficiency and resilience of the NNPCL's production and supply chain, as well as to ameliorate the sufferings of Nigerians.
We sympathize with our people. We know that they are hardship in the country. We also appreciate the reforms carried out by the President. Our prayer is that as soon as possible, that the relief should come, so that they begin to leverage the benefits of the reforms and then have a better Nigeria.
Other issues highlighted while reading the communique include NGF partnership with African Medical Center of Excellence aimed at improving healthcare outcomes and accessibility for all Nigerians, collaboration with the DSS to safeguard the nations, amongst others. Sharon Ajay reporting for Global TV News.
The Senate has confirmed the nomination of Bianca Odumegu Ojukwu as the substantive Minister of State Foreign Affairs. The Red Chamber also confirmed Dr. Jumoke Oduwole as the Minister of Industry, Trade and Development, Dr. Nantewe Yewada as Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, and Muhammadu Dingyadi as the Minister of Labour and Employment, amongst others. The nominees were confirmed after about 5 hours of screening by the Senate, followed by a voice vote by the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio. Their confirmation followed the handing over of ministers who were relieved of their positions by President Bola Tinubu on Monday, October 21st, 2024. Governor Basio too has sought to advance educational projects and foster partnership to enhance tertiary education in Cross River State. He made this known when he paid an official visit to the Tertiary Education Trust Fund TET Fund, headquarters in Abuja. Queen Agaba has details.
During the visit, Governor Otu engaged in discussions with TET Fund executives to explore funding opportunities for ongoing and upcoming projects within the state's tertiary institutions. The governor emphasized the importance of infrastructural development and academic support, highlighting the state's commitment to creating an environment where students and educators alike can thrive.
If we can train our people, because if you check the indices now, it looks like probably because of our exchange rate, this is an emerging economy and this is where to go. And this is going to be the next point. Like at the time it moved to India, I think gradually is outsourcing, it's going to move to Nigeria.
TET Fund's Executive Secretary, Mr. Sonny Echono, expressed enthusiasm about the governor's vision and reaffirmed dedication to supporting initiatives that align with TET Fund's mission.
Mr. President gave us a task to ensure that every Nigerian child graduating from our tertiary institutions must have proficiency in ICT and technology skills, in addition to whatever course that they will study in the university. And we have been taking steps towards this, especially by promoting various digital resources that we want to make available to students in our beneficiary institutions.
The outcomes of the meeting are expected to lay the groundwork for a series of developmental initiatives that will benefit the state's educational landscape for years to come. For Global Television, Queen Agaba reporting.
You're watching News Express on Global Television, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. When News Express returns, federal government announces another 2.8 billion Google support to advance AI talent development in Nigeria. Details of these as well as foreign and sports stories coming right after the break. Please stay with us. Welcome back from the break. The Federal Ministry of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy has announced a fresh 2.8 billion naira support from Google to accelerate AI talent development across Nigeria. The support, which is provided as a grant from google.org to Data Science Nigeria, will bolster the ministry's ongoing AI-driven initiatives to upskill youth and unemployed Nigerians with a focus on AI skill development and education. The latest support followed a 100 million naira commitment from Google to the National Center for Artificial Intelligence and Robotics, which was announced in September. Former chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Atahiru Jega, has cautioned Nigeria against uncritically accepting advice from the Bretton Woods institutions, particularly the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund, IMF. Professor Jega gave the warning during his lecture at the ongoing 2024 Annual Directors Conference organized by the Chartered Institute of Directors of Nigeria. The conference themed good governance as a catalyst for economic recovery, growth and development, highlighted the role of governance in Nigeria's economic trajectory. The Akwa Ibom State government has initiated the construction of an 18-story Ibom Towers in Victoria Island, Lagos. This is part of its commitment to economic diversification, as the project, expected to be completed within 24 months, is aimed at boosting revenue, creating jobs for both Akwa Ibom and Lagos, and supporting economic growth by attracting investment, as well as strengthening ties from its strategic location in central Victoria Island. The groundbreaking ceremony, led by Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, attracted high-profile figures, including former Akwa Ibom Governors Udom Emmanuel and Obam Victor Atta, along with other dignitaries. The Nigerian Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative has released its 2022 and 2023 Solid Minerals Industry Reports. Minister of Solid Minerals Development, represented by the Executive Secretary, Solid Minerals Development Fund, Fatima Shinkafi, says the report stems from a determination to build a future where Nigerian mineral resources drive economic diversification as well as job creation. Sharon Ajay was there for Global TV.
The Ministry of Solid Minerals stated that it is at the forefront of championing policies and reforms to ensure the sector becomes more vibrant to drive Nigerian economy.
The Ministry of Solid Minerals is at the forefront of championing policies and reforms to ensure that this sector becomes a strong pillar of the Nigerian economy, contributing to job creation and sustainable development and resilience.
The Executive Secretary and Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, Orji Ogbonnaya Orji, while speaking on the agency's quality and assurance standards, noted that the agency is sustained by commitment to transparency and increasing stakeholder engagement.
Nigeria Extractive Industry Transparency Initiative is quite strong, in spite of challenges, committed to push the boundaries of openness in the solid mineral sector, no matter the challenges.
The Auditor General of the Federation, Shakar Chira, said the report will further help the Tinubu-led administration in assessing the level of attainment of its renewed hope agenda, urging that the necessary support be given for the implementation of the report.
The report on this mineral sector will further help the current administration led by His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCA, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, in assessing the level of attainment of his renewed hope agenda.
The 2022 and 2023 Solid Mineral Report were later presented and unveiled. Sharon Ajay reporting for Global TV News.
And running to the exciting world of sport, Manchester United has finalized an agreement with Sporting Lisbon to appoint 39-year-old Ruben Amorim as the club's new head coach, with his tenure set to begin after the November international break. The agreement comes shortly after United dismissed Erik ten Hag, who had been in charge for 2.5 years. According to reports, United's leadership team, including Chief Executive Omar Berrada and Sporting Director Dan Ashworth, traveled to Lisbon to finalize terms with Sporting. Amorim's release clause with a few conditions. He will remain at Sporting to oversee 3 crucial matches, including a high-stakes game against Manchester City, before moving to Old Trafford. United has agreed to pay an additional €1 million to expedite his notice period, while Sporting has also demanded around €5 million to allow some of Amorim's key staff members, including first-team coaches Emmanuel Ferro, Adelio Cadido, and Carlos Fernandez to join him in the Premier League. And wrapping up the news, let's look at our top story. Police have arrested 141 and rescued 23 in Abia crackdown. In business, federal government has 2.8 billion naira government support to advance AI and development in Nigeria. On the foreign scene, Spain races to save victims as Lord kills 95. And sports, Real Madrid against Valencia has been postponed. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276 and free to air on Nikon South. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms.